I'm Jed,
I'm Carson.
and welcome to NAC News.
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
Five Nights at Freddy's franchise just added a movie to the roster.
Mason and Electra have a story on that.
Five Nights at Freddy's, more widely known as FNAF, is an extremely popular older video game that I'm sure many people have played. You yourself have most likely played it, as it was quite a trend at one point in time. It's been quite a while since the game has been very relevant, though. That changed drastically this year. A brand new movie about FNAF has just been released. Many people love this movie and many people hate it. Some people won't even watch it because it's a horror movie. The game is the same. You're basically a security guard in the game watching the scary characters while trying not to get murdered in the process. This is the same thing that the main character in the new FNAF movie had to do. When being interviewed, Carson let us know that he has played the game and seen the movie. He agreed that they're similar and said that they're certainly not the same. The movie appears to be more enjoyable to our man being interviewed, as he found the game to not be his thing. We also interviewed Jed, who said he quite actually enjoyed the game more than the movie since it had a more expanded lore to it.
Some of the FFA members went on a trip to National Convention in Indianapolis. Maddie and Tegan have a story on that.
FFA National Convention was an amazing experience. There was so much to do and many opportunities to build your leadership skills. The National Convention was in Indianapolis, Indiana. We drove with the following schools: DeKalb, Winston, and Mid-Buchanan. We left early Tuesday morning and it was around an 8-hour drive. As we drove down, we all had the opportunity to meet other people from other schools. On the way to Indianapolis, we went to the Mark Twain Cave and had the opportunity to tour the cave. After a long day, we finally arrived at the hotel. The next morning, we loaded the bus to go to the convention, all in our official FFA dress. Once we got there, we saw many other members from all around the United States. We went to a workshop and learned all about the most important word. Towards the end of the convention, we all went to the FFA shopping center, which had many FFA gear and a bunch of other stores. We finally went to the conference at Lucas Oil Stadium. That night, we went to Rascal's Arcade and had a great time. On the third day, we had a national day of service, and our group got to clean up cemeteries. After we did our service, we went to a honey farm. We also got to learn many other facts about how the farms are run. We all got bottles of honey to take home. On our final day, we drove back home. We interviewed Lily Cochran on what her favorite thing was at the National Convention. She said, "My favorite thing about National Convention was the FFA shopping mall. A huge thank you to Lindy Holt for allowing us to be able to go on this special trip."
Junior high basketball is in full swing.
Pop off, girl.
Kira has a story on that.
This week at NA was a very busy week for the Cardinals. As junior high starts their basketball season, the weeks get busier and busier. On Monday, the 30th, the junior high kids had a basketball game at Avenue City at 5:30. The girls lost to Avenue City and both of the boys' teams beat Avenue City. On Tuesday, the 31st, some of the FFA members and officers traveled to Indianapolis, Indiana for the National Convention. On Wednesday, the 1st, the junior basketball had a game at DeKalb and the girls lost and the boys won again. On Thursday, the 2nd, the junior high basketball teams had another game at Stanberry. The boys had won again and the girls had lost. Friday, the FFA kids got back for their national convention and state cross-country took place, and Aspen ran on the state course. On Monday, the 6th, the junior high basketball teams have a tournament at King City that will go until Thursday, the 9th. On Wednesday, there's an area FFA fall speaking contest at Savannah. On Friday, the 10th, there's a veterans breakfast at 7:30, and the assembly will follow behind at 8:30. Have a great week, Cardinals.
Today's a very tragic day for the millennials that used to watch a very beloved TV show.
Matthew Perry has died.
Kirsten and Ashton have a story on it.
We are also utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are a family. The Friends cast said when they were asked about Matthew Perry's unexpected death.
He was born August 19, 1969 in Williamstown, Massachusetts. He was raised in Ottawa, Canada. Matthew Perry died at the age of 54. He was found unresponsive in his hot tub at Los Angeles home around 4 in the afternoon on Saturday, October 28th. Most people were suspecting he was on some sort of drugs, but none were found in his system. Matthew Perry was an American-Canadian actor in multiple different movies and multiple different shows. These movies include 17 Again,
Fools Rush In,
Ron Clark Movie,
The Whole 9 Yards,
The Whole 10 Yards,
and Serving Sarah.
The most known show that Matthew Perry was in was Friends. In Friends, he played Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing is an ENTP personality type. ENTP means extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving. Matthew Perry is the only central one in the Friends cast who has not been nominated for a Razzie. He did have a crush on one of his co-stars during his time on Friends, this co-star being Jennifer Aniston. But Jennifer turned him down when he asked her out on a date, which he did admit that it left him heartbroken. He also had crushes on Alyssa Kudrow and Courtney Cox, but Matthew admitted that he was in love with Courtney. He did date Lizzie Kaplan for about 6 years, and during the early days of Friends, Matthew Perry dated Julia Roberts for 3 months. Dating Julia Roberts had been too much for me, as I had been constantly certain that she was going to break up with me because why would she not? Matthew stated.
Anyway, Matthew Perry lived a short and beautiful life.
He did not deserve to pass away so young.
I'm Carson.
I'm Jed.
This is NAC News.
Thanks for watching.
Sit in a life raft. Okay, go.
Miles.
Rah. Rah. Yes, he has. What a tragedy. That's what they'd say.
Sure.
And this
we
is
can do
not.
that.
This
That
is
works.
not about the movie.
That works.
NAC News. This
Thanks for
was.
watching.
Okay, just go. Jay, get yourself together.